Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have about 7.5 minutes till our number 2 semifinal between Vanity and Osmos. This is not a misfortune, of course, bringing you this cast solo because other people have other responsibilities, but I'm excited. I hope you guys aren't going to be too disappointed to just see me. I know you guys love Spiff and Girl, so hope you guys can bear with me. But let's talk a little bit about this matchup. Definitely would not have predicted this matchup for our semifinal match number 2 here. Honestly, this whole entire tournament has been very, very surprising and very exciting, I would say. It's so interesting to see both of these players. I know both of these players are great. They just had very tough opponents, just like everybody had in this match and in this tournament, I mean. So Vanity outperforming Foxtermelon 3-0 yesterday was absolutely incredible. He has been performing so solidly these past 2 months. It's truly incredible to see, and I don't remember how he did in the league. Actually, I can probably pull that up. But League Season 3, Vanity has taken, 9th spot. Yeah, that's what I suspected. So to see him just kind of rally from League Season 3 and then have a solid performance in Serpent's Open Fall, and then obviously this tournament is so good to see. I know Vanity has had his ups and downs, but he's definitely a strong player, and rewatching some of his games as part of making the intro videos has certainly invigorated me in the belief that he can definitely pull off a win at this tournament if he just continues to perform solidly. And his opponent is Osmos, of course, and it's another relative newcomer, but he has been performing solidly in every single tournament, but just falling short of that big title in the end, falling to the names of, like Hope and like Alpha Hex and others. But he had a couple of very solid performances, most notably in Season 3, where he took the second spot, which was very, very well done. And then in both Serpent's Open, Summer, and Fall, he reached the quarterfinals and managed to go past the group stages. So that's very, very good. And I know that he's a great player. I just unfortunately have not been able to see a whole lot of his games, but from what I've seen so far in this tournament, he's a stunning player. And this is their first meeting. Osmos and Vanity have not played, at the very least in my tournaments in this year, but this will be their first meeting. And that's always interesting to see because there's no history, so whatever the players do is probably something that the other player hasn't dealt with. So it's also interesting to see a couple of these maps sprinkled in. So we are going to see an air map for sure. Edge Desert will be an air map that we're going to see for sure. And then Zeta can also be an air map, so we will see. But we're going to be kicking off with Shiva Prime as well as Waystation Zeta. No, sorry. Shiva Prime and then Open Palms, of course. So those are two pretty standard-ish maps, so it will be interesting to see how exactly those two go. I think overall, probably Open Palms most likely goes to Osmos. I think he's practiced enough on that map and it's his favorite map, but the other ones are much closer, so it's going to be very crucial for Vanity to win that game 1 again on Shiva Prime, which is his pick. So we will for sure keep a close eye on how Vanity chooses his tactics, because this is of course a very different type of opponent than what we've seen with Foxtermelon. So Vanity will have to continue bringing some new elements to his game to progress here to the semifinal. So in terms of predictions, I believe Spiff said 4-3 Vanity, which is entirely possible. And I definitely can see that happening, especially on some of these later maps if it reaches the air stages. But my prediction is 4-3 Osmos. I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be a good, great set of games. So we will have to see. And then I think the community predicted a 67% in favor of Osmos. So, I think they're going with popular choices. If we're being honest, that's been the case for every single matchup. And, in the quarterfinals specifically, that didn't hold true in a lot of cases. Of course, we had a lot of weird matchups, but nevertheless, it's, just truly incredible that we have, such close competition. Despite these scores might look very disappointing, but so far, with the exception probably of our semifinal, which honestly I thought Maganra could put up a much stronger fight, and I know he can. That's why I predicted him winning that match, and I still think he could have done it so. But I think nerves are just playing such a huge role, and that's why just predicting any of these matches, it's such a difficult task, because everybody's feeling it. I thought Iron Commander or Fox Termelin don't really feel the pressure, but it's clearly, in the case of Fox Termelin, there was something going on with the nerves at the very least. So we have about 1 minute left, and then we're going to try and get started with this match. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome to the game, ladies and gentlemen. The map is Shiva Prime. The players are Vanady and Osmos. Let's go ahead and introduce them and see what they're up to in this opening game of the semifinal match. Up in the top of Shiva Prime, we have AA Vanady spawning as the Aeon Commander, plopping down 2 air factories. Pretty normal build from what we've been seeing, especially in his Aeon versus Aeon games versus Fox. And on the bottom we have our orange Aeon Commander with the name of Osmos. Looks like he's electing to go land here, actually. So we'll see if maybe he's going to be going for a little bit of that bot play, which I don't think is too great of a strategy in particular on this map, but there might actually be some shenanigans with a TML going on. I don't know about this forward push. It looks like Vanady is suspecting this. I mean, Vanady has been, if it is a TML, I think Vanady is going to have no issues really dealing with it, because A, he is Aeon, so point defense has become pretty good, and B, he's been practicing against Fox Termelin, and more than likely he has been practicing the TML situation. Yeah, I don't know what this was about. He's probably going to lose an engineer here too. Very interesting choice here, and this also limits his expansion potential as well. Harvogs are coming out, so we are going to see some anti-air on those bots most likely. And yeah, unfortunately he's going to lose this engineer, and he gives a free wreck. If I was Vanady, I would rebuild on that. I don't know why he didn't just rebuild on that. Vanady is going to push up with his commander. That's a bit funky here, especially because he sees that his opponent is going land. Not sure exactly what the rationale for this is. Vanady is also not expanding, however. It looks like he's assisting the factories, so it looks like Vanady is going to try and play to end this game very quickly. Anti-air comes out on those bots. The planes don't even bomb. And unfortunately, well, no planes are going to go down because these Harvogs just tickle. See, even though there's a lot of shots on this Wiedeboth, it ended up being all right here, and it looks like Vanady is going to back off. Yeah, didn't get a good bombing run, but now at least he can shut down the expansion from Vanady here, or sorry, from Osmos here. So this engineer is gonna, yeah, he's gonna need to support it with his Harvogs here, which isn't too terribly bad for him because there is no land coming his way. So this isn't bad for Osmos. I think he can start expanding. The reason why it's not bad is because his opponent is not really expanding. Well, actually, he's starting to now. But yeah, they're about equal right now, I would say. Now let's see how Vanady chooses to follow this up. Does end up rebuilding this radar down here and gonna retreat all the way back. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, he's probably interested in expanding his economy, so building on this mechs and maybe setting up a factory here is not a bad idea. Or especially if you set up like right here in a kind of an arc, it's not a bad idea. Point defense coming out against bots. All right, I'm not gonna critique these players. These players are here for a reason. They know what they're doing. So whatever the reason that Vanady is putting down the point defense there is a valid choice. I mean, it's not gonna hurt him. These bots might come up there, and if these 5 bots is what Osmos is harassing, then it's just good at stopping that harass. I just would favor a production first, and then if he sees, you know, pushing bots or pushing units, then going into that protective stance. Okay, so it looks like Vanady is going to start picking up more of these mass extractors, and he's actually going to be in the lead on those expansions, but Osmos is moving down here to this spawning point down here, and that's going to allow him to grab 4 very quick. Ooh, nice pickoff. Is there might be some stars on these planes because there's not enough to one pass it. So unless I missed it, a previous bombing, I think he might have done damage. Maybe damage would actually make sense because yeah, that's on the way to shields. So in any case, Osmos is going to start filling in those mass extractors, and it's going to grab a little bit of a mass lead. Oh, and it looks like gunships is going to be the play from Vanady here, and that could be dangerous, but what's dangerous here is that these bots are beginning to push out, and now if I was Vanady, I would plop down another point defense, and unfortunately for him, this gunship is just sitting there, or fortunately for him, because maybe if Osmos sees it, he will know that, you know, based on how quickly it's moving, that it's a gunship. And I think this radar probably sees it. So gunship is going to be a follow-up here, and he's going to have to... Ooh. That commander. Does Vanady know that the commander is down there? If he does, these gunships might be able to get a quick snipe off. Another point defense is coming out, but this is a lot of bots coming his way. And I just don't know if that many bots can be taken down by PDs that easily, especially if they're microed properly. Somehow these Wolthus? Man, I didn't even know what they're called. But yeah, these gunships are for flying through the map here. Interesting. So I guess it doesn't block MMLs either. That would be interesting to experiment. Osmos filling in that last mass extractor. Looks like not going to be dropping that land factory after all. And grabbing already a nice secure position with the anti-air here. It looks like Vanady does know that this commander is down here. And probably going to try and scout him out because there is no radar coverage down here. Yep, that's exactly what's going to be happening here. Okay, so he's going to have eyes over this commander. This is going to be close. If I was Vanady, I would probably not fly over this anti-air, however. It is going to get taken out, but you want to preserve as much health on your gunships as possible. Osmos is realizing that the snipe is coming, is spamming out anti-air here. Is Vanady going to go directly for the commander? Yes. Nope. He's actually going to focus down an anti-air tower. Osmos is going to try to heal. Fortunately, they're not healing quite fast enough. The bots are incoming here. And I'm afraid this is just not going to be enough for Vanady. He's focusing way too much on this anti-air. Yeah. Probably he's going to pull these back, to be completely honest. Yeah. Going to pull back the gunships, but that's not without losing a few here. And you know, this is stabilized for Vanady. The losses weren't terrible. Cost-wise, I think he traded out pretty decently. I think he got like 4 anti-air towers here. But again, the position is lost here for Vanady because he hasn't really expanded too well off of this. And now there's going to be a push coming up directly into his base here. There's simply way too many land units for these gunships to really be effective here. The one thing that Vanady has going for him is that, you know, this commander is still technically snipeable. if he doesn't join with the... Okay, I don't know about that, Osmos. I would keep your commander with your units here. Does Vanady have this on radar? That's the question here, the million-dollar question. Yeah, I think Vanady has to go for it here. Still no shields on these gunships, though. Oh, man, but this might not be synced up, and... Oh, boy. Yeah, definitely the window for Vanady is closing here. He's going to go directly for it, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe if Osmos is so indecisive here with these bots. All right. No, those bots are going to make it back, so... Is that a TML? No, that's a radar. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, I don't think Vanady can go in here unless he has shields. If he waits for shields, he might be able to. But again, there's so much anti-air coming now. Vanady's probably going to try and take out this blob over here. No, actually, he's not. Okay. All right, but this is a lot of gunships, to be completely honest. And, you know, gunships, you know, despite there being a lot of anti-air, they might just be able to, like, 5-shot the commander eventually here. Yeah, Vanady's going to scout one more time here. And meanwhile, I think Osmos should have done this earlier, but Osmos is going to probably take out this position here. There's only 2-point defenses here. Oh, well, he's not microing. These bots are just in range of the radar, basically. Oof. Yeah, pulls them back. There's no mobile missile launchers here. Wow, what are all these gunships doing over here? Oh, there's shields now on them. Okay, so that might change a couple of things. But if Vanady just focuses too much on these singular units, I don't know about that. Yeah, they're too far out of position here. It's too far. Where's Vanady's commander? Okay, he's all the way over here. All right. So, yes, I think now it's going to be clear here that Vanady is going to be going for a snipe. He has to, really, and I think he has a very decent chance here. That's a lot of gunships. It's a lot of gunships, and there's just not enough anti-air here. Second point defense, or sorry, anti-air tower is coming up. And these crackdowns will do a bit. Seriously, Vanady? Wow. That was a mistake. Oh, man. Wow. All right, so for those of you that are not quite aware of what just happened, Vanady controlled Kate his base, and unfortunately he still had the gunships selected, and the control K obviously took out the gunships as well. Wow, that is so unfortunate, and just, oh man, that's, yeah, I mean, I am out of my words. That really probably shouldn't be happening in a tournament like this, but that's very unfortunate for Vanady. I really hope it doesn't affect him too much, though, here, as we're going to go to Game 2 on open palms. Let's see if Vanady can manage to pull it even. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2. After that incredible ending on Shiva Prime, we are moving on to open palms. Let's introduce our two semifinalists spawning at the top. We have our orange and Commander Osmos already plopping down, well, queuing up a land factory here. And his opponent on the bottom, we have mirroring his build, is AA Vanady spawning as our teal and Commander. So open palms, there's not a whole lot to say here about this map. You guys know it, you guys love it. Most people who play 1v1 actually, this is their favorite map. So, and you know, it's pretty exciting. I don't think it's the most exciting map in terms of, you know, late game potential, and I mean, the reason why I think we have such good late games on this map is because players have been playing this so much, and they have muscle memory to defend all the early shenanigans. So, But the other maps, I think, offer... Because on this map, what it becomes is just like such close-quartered combat everywhere. But on the other maps, it like continues to be a positional war and multiple battlefields. On this map, it's just pretty much one battlefield because everything has such big range late game. But anyway, nevertheless, I don't think this is going to go super long game. I think both of these players will probably want to end this game sooner or later, and most likely with teleport. It looks like there is a 3-factory opening from Osmos and a 2-factory opening from Vanady. We saw him do this quite a bit recently. Yep, and chat is now just barely catching up with what happened on Shiva Prime, so everybody's just spamming. Which makes sense. Oh, is this tank gonna take out an engineer? No. God, that tank really just does not do a lot of damage. Vanady is gonna probably know that... Well, actually, no. Not necessarily, because there's only 2 tanks taking care of this one tank. Vanady's doing a good job microing, but Osmos is just the king of pulling back the tank or the unit that's damaged back and keeping it safe. So that's pretty good. I've seen him do this in the quarterfinal match, so... Yes, Osmos somehow took out all those gunships at once. Ah, man. Incredible. I really hope Vanady has a strong game here, because psychologically that's just like such a big oof. Looks like Osmos is not going to be pressing here. I'm not sure if he knows that his opponent opened up with 2 land factories. But honestly, just opening up tanks like this, it's just there isn't really a whole too much of a point pushing this early, because chances are your opponent will, by the time you get to your opponent's base, your opponent will have just as many units. I don't know what this engineer... I guess Vanady is just trying to scout because he still doesn't have a radar. And he still actually doesn't know if Osmos is really committing to this land play. So he's just wanting to know if it's all land, and it looks like, yeah, he confirms that. So, but by the amount of tanks, he knows that there's a three factories by this time. Does finally plop down the radar, so he's gonna have eyes. Man, if Osmos just flanked or opened up bots, he might have just completely overrun Vanady, but that's just oofs. Or sorry, ifs. What ifs, not oofs. I just still can't believe what happened on Shiva Prime. Oh man. All right, looks like Osmos is gonna now fall behind on factories and gonna to catch up on economy, and this is just like a educational, I think, video about how these openings, I mean, you can see you can't just open up with 3 factories and not fall behind on eco, and you can't open up eco and not fall behind on units. I hope some of you newer players who are still figuring out the builds and, you know, what's efficient and what's done for what, and why certain thing is disadvantageous compared to another. I hope you guys can kind of see this, because this is probably one of the easiest things to see. You know, Osmos opened up with 3 land factories, while Vanady opened up with a slower 3. I would say he opened up with 2, but prioritized his economy, and as a result, Vanady is going to have a very strong economy going into this middle game, and he's going to have a very strong army going into the late game, because he's starting to outproduce his opponent. Bada booms are making their way out on the field. Now I'm surprised Osmos is not going bada booms, because really in an Aeon versus an Aeon, yes, shields matter, but if the other player doesn't get shields and you rush to shields, that's really what matters. Or sorry, not shields. If the other player rushes to teleport, it doesn't matter if you have shields or not. So shields should be more of a reactive thing, which is why saving of tech, I think, is just so important. So right now, Osmos should see that if he sees the bada booms, that is. If he sees the bada boom, then he knows that Vanady is going directly into teleport. So there's no reason for him to get shields, because tanks are tanks. You just really want to know what your opponent is doing and just keep up with him. Scouting is so important, and people don't like opening up with air in an Aeon mirror, but I think it's just important to know what the other person is doing, and I think what Vanady is doing here is actually a very big part of it. The problem is he doesn't know exactly where if his opponent is prioritizing research stations or not, and that can be that's just the radar. I thought it was a TML. And you know, if you just know exactly how many research stations, then there's no reason for you to really fall behind on teleport, on getting to teleport, or fall behind on research, that is, because if your opponent takes, for example, like he just dumps his research into stars and just pushes you before you manage to get teleport, like that's very dangerous. So that's the type of play that you should be aware of. That's why you should save your research points, because it is possible. Getting to teleport is, I don't know exactly how much it takes to get to teleport. I probably should. Well, let's count. 8, 10, I think 4, 8, 10, 4, 2, 2. Yeah, I think 18 points is what it takes to get to teleport. If you dump that into stars and just push, I mean, your tanks, teleport or not, your tanks are just going to walk through your opponent. If you manage to time it right, that is. If there's a teleport in response to that, and you just go past their tanks and snipe the ACU, then of course it's a whole different story. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but this is Aeon versus Aeon. This is basically, these two players are just amassing units at this point, until we probably hit that teleport most likely. I don't think they're going to go for a risky strategy as a star dump in a semifinal of a big tournament like this. And there's actually a flanking coming here. So yeah, I hope what I said made sense, because that is what basically any mirror boils down to. Even Cybern versus Cybern, although in Cybern versus Cybern it's pretty clear cut. Like, you have to pretty much go Megalith. But against a player like, I guess, Iron, you know, anything is possible. So we actually do see these players dumping quite a bit of research into stars. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe there isn't going to be teleport after all. Vanady looks like dumped quite a bit of research into stars. I think, what is this, 4 stars? Osmos might be at 2 and Vanady is at 3. Man, I really need to learn. Oh man, and Vanady just completely misses this flanking here, unfortunately. And that might actually be a big deal here. Let's compare the factories really quick. There is an engagement going on, I know, but 6 versus 7, and an air factory coming up from Osmos. So it's very surprising that Vanady is somehow falling behind on all fronts, really, on mass and on production now. Oof, Vanady. Vanady is just putting everything into stars, and I guess I was kind of wrong. Somehow these tanks are getting taken out also by mobile missile launchers. Oh man. This is not good for Vanady. What is up with all these PDs? Oh no, Vanady! Oh no, I don't know if he means to do this. Yeah, he definitely does not mean to do that. Alright, and at this point he can't really, I don't think he can get teleport. Although he does have quite a bit of research stations, so anything is possible. I guess that's what he was prioritizing. He went one more research station than Osmos here. Oh, but Osmos reveals his air, so that's going to be okay. It's just, I would love this position for Vanady, but he missed this flank. I think his radar was too far right. This is the only radar, and that's why I don't like building the radar here. Putting a radar more centrally is definitely better. You're not losing a lot by putting it right here instead. I think there is teleport. I was trying to focus too much on other things, but I'm pretty sure at least one player has teleport by now. Wait, hang on. How much health do these... How much health do Osmos' tanks have? Oh, 1950? Okay, I thought I saw 1500. It's probably it was the mobile missile launcher. All right, Vanity is not doing terrible on the other side, but again, he needs to shut this down. Why is there still no tanks being sent over here? Oh my goodness, Vanity. Falling apart, my man. This is such a... so random. Like, is it nerves? Is it nerves that are getting to these players? Because I definitely know all of these players are better than that, and there was a snipe attempt that I totally missed. Teleport and a snipe on Vanity. Wow. Osmos just like goes balls deep with that. Very nicely done by Osmos, taking the 2-0 lead. We are going to be back with game 3 very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to game number 3 between Vanady and Osmos. Let's introduce our players. In the left-hand side, we have our teal Aeon commander with the name of Vanady, going to be opening up with an air or land factory. And on the bottom, we have Osmos spawning in as our yellow Aeon commander, plopping down to two land factories. God, I don't know why I'm confusing them so much now. It's Way Station Zeta, so I guess it's not too surprising that I'm just messing everything up. Probably gonna call the weed buffs wasps a couple of times. So yeah, it's going great so far. Yeah, and a mirror build once again. Interesting to see that Vanady is not going to go with air this time around. Harvog's coming out for Vanady, though. That's something new. Don't see him particularly too much go with this strategy. And so far, no units from Osmos coming out. Looks like Vanity is going to try and force the issue here. I'm going to try and push. Is that a radar? Yep, radar coming out. And he might have a couple of issues with energy here. No, he has an energy generator already, so he's okay. He is going to be okay here. All right, so Vanity is keeping his cool, I think. He's just trying to take his central position here. Not a bad idea. Tanks coming out from Osmos. So it's all going to be about positioning from him. So if he manages to position those tanks in a nice manner, they should shut down these Harvogs, because on this map there's basically only 3 flanks. Right? Only 2, I would say. I don't know. Anyway, there's 3 directions that your opponent can come through, either through the front, the side here, or the back. But it's very easy to position your army to cover between those flanks, because there's such a big way that your opponent has to go every single time. All right, Vanity is doing a nice job microing here, and I missed a Harvog coming out for Osmos as well. Ooh, doing a very nice job here. Vanity, come on, you can get that tank. Very nicely done. Even putting that Harvog behind and getting everything. Oh man, that is a big win for Vanity down here. Let's see if he can win up here as well. Vanity, you got to keep moving. Come on, my man. There we go. There we go. Let's see if you can find the engineer. You really got to be a little more decisive with these units. There we go. You got to take something out here. He doesn't see these Harvogs coming in behind him, though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Osmo's doing a very nice job splitting. And these Harvogs are just not doing quite enough damage here. Sack cab by Osmos. We saw him do this before. Very nicely done. Wow. I'm not sure if that's super worth it. Especially because he's going to lose... No, just one more Harvog. Oh, and Vanity snuck in front as well. Oh my goodness, Vanity. Doing some nice flankings this game. Gonna probably manage to take out another tank here. Yep, that's looking good for him. Reinforcements from Osmos are coming in, though. Looks like he's trying to prioritize this mass extractor, but just not getting enough done, I feel like, here. He's trading okay, but yeah, I guess he's trading okay. Unit-wise, he's trading okay. He's keeping his opponent busy. Let's see what he's doing on the back foot here. He's expanding quite a bit, but Osmos is right there with him, so it's going to be all right. He keeps on the pressure here. He's going to forfeit this middle section here. No, he's not. Okay, good. I thought he was committing to this push down here. And Osmos is grabbing a research station. I think that's a good choice, I think, ultimately. I don't think these two bots are going to get much done down here. Oh, they actually, just kidding. They did manage to take out this mass extractor. So that is a pretty big win. So I think this is a win for Vanady. In terms of the opening, I think. And just, I don't know. But if he starts making bad decisions like this, it might not be a win that's too consequential here. Oof, 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 oof. Gotta keep microing. Okay, not bad. I think Osmos... Oh, no, no, no. I wouldn't prioritize the mass extractor right now. No, 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 no. I wouldn't. I mean, yes, he's going to get it, but I feel like if he just prioritized these Harvogs, he might have gotten all three. But anyway, it's a mass extractor. Whatever. It's worth it. Tanks now coming out for Vanady. So, yes, as we're transitioning into a little bit of that mid-game, he's going to start to transition into a little bit more of what is a little more, you know, solid here in terms of health. But now Osmos is flanking, and he does have quite a bit of units here. Vanady is doing a good job keeping his units out of range of the Harvogs, though. Keeping those tanks just on the... Wow. I don't know if he meant to do that, but that's just brilliant. That's just brilliant. Keeping those tanks just on the edge of their firing arc. And, of course, these bots are faster, so they're probably going to find this mass extractor kill here. Push coming in down the center. This ACU should be able to deal with it, especially with these tanks on the back foot here. And what happened to these Harvogs? Were they a Control K, or did they go somewhere? No, I think these are the Harvogs down here. Okay, these tanks are... Yeah, Osmos is going to, I think, find another mass extractor here. Yes, definitely. Gonna find another mass extractor here. Vanady lets through another draft of Harvogs, and this one is actually pretty dangerous here. There are no tanks that can respond to this in a reasonable amount of time. Oh no. Vanady might have just made a crucial mistake here in game 3. Oh, but a land gantry coming down. What? Oh, I love these when Vanady does this. This is brilliant. But I think Osmos is going to spot this. Yeah, there's a lot of units actually coming straight down the center for Vanady, and his factories are paused. There's no shields on these factories, so this just might end the game here. This is a pretty big push. It's a very big push, and there's no units here for Vanady. Oh, no. Yeah, all Osmos really has to do is put... Yeah, this is done. Vanady trying to go for the experimental play, but just letting a draft of units in from Osmos, not even finishing that factory. Good game from Osmos, realizing that he had to push there. I don't know if he just saw that there was no units or he saw something else, but yeah, brilliant play from Osmos. Very solid. 3-0 lead. Osmos will be back with game 4. Don't go anywhere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our semifinal number 2. The map is Etched Desert, and our players are, starting with the left-hand side, we have our teal Aeon Commander with the name of Vanady, and already opening up with a land factory, something that's probably not the best of choices on this map. And his opponent opening up with something a little bit more standard for the map we are playing. It is our purple Aeon Commander with the name of Osmos. Alright, so I'm really confused about the choice of of land here by Vanady. I mean, he's going to go bots more than likely. So we'll see. It looks like he is going to try and push here. Yeah, I mean... Okay, so it might not be terrible here. The problem, and we saw him do something like this on Coalition Shipyard. The problem is that on Coalition, excuse me, sorry, when you're expanding forward, you still have a couple of mass extractors that you can build on up here. Why is there a research station going on? And obviously on Edge Desert, you don't have those mass points up here. So, and Osmos isn't scouting this. Oh no. Osmos is not scouting. That might be a big deal here. Unfortunately, Vanady is not getting any type of ground firing units. So this isn't going to straight out kill an unsuspecting Osmos, but at the same time, this is a pretty big deal. Now Osmos is he's probably wanting to, he probably wanted to snipe or spam out a couple of air factories and then spam out air and do what Alpha Hex did and try just to win air very quickly. But the problem is he's not really sending it right now. Still no scout. I don't think this push is still on Osmos's radar. His ACU is going to spot this in about 20 seconds, I want to say. No, maybe like 30. Yeah, 30 seconds as soon as there's a... Oh my goodness, I think I know what Vanady is trying to do here with this research station. He's trying to confuse his opponent, letting him know that he has more score than he actually does. It's brilliant play. They're going to spot each other here, though. And now Osmos knows. Now Osmos knows. And he should go harassing more than likely. Well, actually, he doesn't know what units these are. But he knows there's a strong land push coming up. Looks like he's going to try and push with his commander. There needs to be... All right, Vanady is going to see that this is a commander here. Kill on... Oh, not even a kill on that engineer. The commander does finish it up, though. Shield coming up on the factory. Okay, not bad. And a point defense coming up from Osmos. That's not bad, but... Come on, Vanady. You need these mobile missile launchers. If it's any unit that you need right now... Oh, and don't clump! Oh, that is painful. A lot of point defenses coming down. Alright, Osmos is trying to capture a... And Vanady has been paying attention to Alpha Hex games, and unfortunately he isn't doing it quite right. Oh no, please don't capture that point defense. Oh, no. Okay, I honestly think that first loss for Vanady just screwed with him so bad. It screwed so bad with him, and unfortunately, yeah, this is done. Oh, it pains me to see players go down like this. Wait, hang on. Wow, I didn't even notice that Osmos is so low here. This is going to be a tie. This is going to be a tie, unless Vanady messes up royally. It's going to be a tie. How the heck? What happened there? I apologize. I didn't... Wait, can Vanady actually win this? Oh my goodness! What? What just happened? Was that point defense? I think that point defense was just eating at that. I'm gonna have to replay that. Sorry guys, I completely turned off because I thought that was a complete pooch by Vanady, but actually, hang on. You guys probably saw it. That was very, very interesting. Let's see what happened here. I thought that was a loss for Vanity for sure. And I kind of churned off. It's like stopped looking at the health bars. Did that point defense really eat through that much of... But it wasn't firing on Osmos's commander. So like what happened there? Point defense coming up. At the same time, this point defense I think was firing on Vanity. There was air going on here. All right. Captures that factory. What ate through so much health? Oh, it's these 2 point defenses. Okay, so I just completely missaw then. And then Osmos just leaves his... Okay. And the air wasn't doing anything for a while. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was game 3? 4. That was game 4. Vanity manages to get 1 game, so we're going to go to game 4 here in a second. I'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game 5 of the semifinal number 2 match between Osmos, our orange, and Commander, spawning in at the top of Boolean Complex and putting down 1 air station, or air factory. And on the bottom, already getting his 2nd, it is our teal and Commander with the name of Vanady. It's a very, very surprising game there last time. Don't know how I managed to miss that Osmos was so low, but that was brilliant by Vanady. And amazing that that didn't end in a tie there. And it looks like Vanady is just going to scout. I thought he might be wanting to do what Osmos was trying to do last game and win a very quick air lead. And both players are opening up with a double air factory, so here it's going to be a little bit of a stalemate for a while, and it's all going to be about the expansion that these players are going to be taking. So that is what the important thing here is. Looks like Vanady is going to try to take a little bit of more of an offensive step here. I don't dislike this, but I think he should be expanding mass points as well. He wants to... Oh, is this a little TML play? This might be a little bit of a TML play. And now I see chat finally catching up and cheering for a reverse sweep for Vanady. All right, Osmos is probably going to see this. He looks like he wants to scout here. Look at that, sending a plane again in front to try and get a better engagement. Very nicely done. Okay, let's see if Vanady bites. Vanady does bite, but he does manage to snipe off that plane. And this is actually very good engagement for Vanady now. Very good engagement for Vanady. He picks off so many planes. He manages to somehow get in the back of all these planes. Oh, another bait, but that's definitely not intentional. Wow. Vanady wins the air fight, and Osmos has been known in times like this to control K, but I don't think he's going to do that in a game like this, hopefully. Pausing the air factories here. Okay, I'm calling TML right now. This smells like a TML. Vanady doing also a smart job here, trying to take out this expansion. Oh, this is such a TML. This has to be a TML. There's so many paused things right now. Land factory going down. This switch is going to be brutal. He is going to lose air here. So that's the unfortunate bit. Definitely not worth it. And did Osmos... Yeah, okay, so he did invest into stars on his planes. That's the unfortunate bit here. Oh, he still has his air factories paused. I wonder if that's intentional here. There's no mass expansion. But not really for Osmos either, because this engineer looks like he just wants to make his way over here. Still paused, and this engineer is not doing anything. Yeah, so Vanady, we see similarities, I think, in Vanady's builds. And we see that he really likes to take that early air lead, or even without the air lead, he likes to move down the center and just... I think this is his favorite units, the Crackdows. I think he lied. Osmos is throwing down land factories now, so he knows. And now the switch is not that brutal because there's no air anymore for Vanady. Yeah, and the difference is when Vanady had found success with this strategy, his opponent really didn't establish a land production. And Osmos does, and he not only that, but he set up this choke point essentially here with these two factories. I would have loved to see these factories a little higher up, but this will be just fine. And now he's grabbing an advantage in mass too, so this is not looking the greatest for our teal Aeon here. Vanady is going to push out. He does have those 3 mobile missile launchers. He might start building point defenses, but unfortunately, again, there's just not that much. Oh, there's anti-air now in this factory. Yeah, he's struggling for mass. I think there's something that needs to be queued up here. Maybe a shield on this factory or something. But yeah, this is going to be rough. This Shaja's now for... Oh man, this is just the death trap here. Oh, that Shaja gets sniped by mobile missile launchers, though. Does manage to afford a point defense here. The problem is there's just too many Crackdows now, and it is the switch from Osmos, actually. He stopped his air production, which I don't know is the greatest here, because he's invested into 3 air factories. But nevertheless, I mean, switching to land is not a bad idea here, because Vantage just has not made any land forces or land firing units, really. Nice position by the commander, by the way, positioning himself up here. And these planes actually haven't gotten anything done, losing 1 Weedaboff there. Oh, very nice positioning. Osmos's units just can't get here. Oh yeah, but well, the one thing that can is missile fire. That's actually something I've never thought of before. Okay, you gotta keep moving these units. Oh my goodness, Vanady. That's unfortunate. That was a brilliant position, though. Another mobile missile launcher goes down. Yeah, this is a nice position for mobile missile launchers, if he doesn't take mobile missile launcher fire himself. Because these units can't fire from the top. I don't think. I think this ledge blocks it. Yeah, now there's no air, so Vanady needs to switch out of this Crackdow production, and I think he does. So this just turned into a land war on a very weird map. The problem is, again, is that Vanady did not expand off of this. And I think this is going to be a hold for Osmos, which means it's going to be a win for Osmos, because late game economy, Osmos is going to win, especially with teleport. There's no research stations going down yet, and Vanady still just refuses to expand. This engineer is doing nothing. He could be expanding right now. Did I just see? No, that was a shield on the air factory. Come on, Vanady, please move those units. Alright, he's getting good damage here on the backs of these mobile missile launchers. So I guess this choke point is working from him. This is such a weird position for this fight. And let's see if these units are even firing on each other. It doesn't look like it. God, that is so frustrating. Can these mobile missile launchers reach that factory? They can reach that air factory, so they can probably reach that land factory as well. Okay, move those units, Vanady. Actually, there's nothing firing on them right now. Okay, good. Takes out another air factory. Okay, this is starting to be pretty crazy here from Vanady. What is happening? This is actually turning to be a pretty good outlook for Vanady here. He manages to pick off another factory. Goodness gracious. Such a weird game, but I love it. I love this positioning from Vanady. I doubt he just discovered that. He probably knew this going in. It was probably his whole tactic here. But I doubt he knew that Osmos was going to position his stuff so nicely for him. Oh, now Osmos is losing ground forces too? Oh my god, those missile launchers are reaching the mass extractors as well. Can they reach that core mass extractor? No, there's no way. That's too far. They can't reach this one though. What the heck? Alright, the good thing is that Osmos still has expansions over here. He basically has as much here as Vanady does have back home. So, you know. Oh my god, they can reach that core mass extractor. No freaking way. How the heck? There's no way. That is too far. I'm so confused. And Vanady has shields on his units now. He has to be careful about the teleport from Osmos, though. I think Osmos could probably have teleport here. Yeah, I think Vanady is suspecting a teleport. Osmos is not in range though of I think Vanady's ACU. So I think Vanady can definitely go up this ramp here. The problem is that there's Shajas there, and that's just a lot of freaking Shaja fire into a bottleneck. This is now a really good position for Osmos. I thought he would have a good position earlier, but the mobile missile launcher play was just brilliant, and yeah, that's a big problem. You can't just walk in like that. Yeah, Vanady just does not get enough damage there. And now Vanady is losing mass extractors back home, and that's it's pretty rough. Engagement here. Vanady does have shields, so that is the good thing for him. Come on, Vanady, you gotta be more decisive. Yeah, there's no shields for Osmos, so I'm just curious. He's been putting it into stars, but both of them have equal amount of stars. I mean, Vanady got so much research off of killing all those units, and this is a trade favoring the person that's being aggressive, because again, these mobile missile launchers will just shred through everything. You got to stay in range though with your tanks, not let the Shajas fire. Yep, teleport coming in, and this is a snipe. Vanity's too far out of position. Yeah, too far out of position. Vanity's going to go down here. And Osmos will be our second finalist of the Serpents Open Invitational 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, he almost looked dead there, but that was just too crazy of an expansion, and I knew that teleport was a possibility if Vanady started pushing up a little too far, and Vanady absolutely had to push because his economy was not going to win him the game or keep him in the game. So very well played by Osmos and very well played by Vanady. He did not give up. He put up a fight here in game 4 and 5, and fortunately Vanady does go down 4-1, but congratulations to Osmos. So I believe, what time is it? It is 1:04. We again have roughly 2 hours before the scheduled start of the final, so we are going to take a break, and then we are going to be back with this final for the 2020 Serpents Championship Series Invitational. Stay tuned, everybody. We will be back very, very shortly.